Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Maribel. I'm the counselor here at Merced Adult School. This week, we're going to be talking about coping skills. Since we are going through this COVID-19, people are doing self-isolation, social distancing, that's all happening. I feel like there's a need to know how to manage some stress or anxiety. And I know some of us are engaging in eating a lot, which maybe not the healthiest food, maybe drinking a little too much. So I want to be able to provide some healthy coping skills. So this will be, coping skills for a healthy mind and healthy body. So this video, I will be talking about what is coping skill, and then a couple group of techniques that you can do. There's about 15 coping skills that you might want to use, and many of these I will use myself. So, or I actually have. And you cannot have ever enough coping skills. It's always good to have as many coping skills and use them for different reasons. So keep that in mind. So what's a coping skill? So a coping skill is a tool that you can use to help you handle and manage difficult emotions, situations. It helps you decrease your stress or anxiety, depending, because a lot of stress can cause mental health issues, and it helps you kind of center yourself and ground yourself. So that's why it's good to have some of these coping skills. So there's two different groups, and I have them right there. This way. Distracting, which is learning, and processing, which is another transforming. So I'm going to be talking about two different ones, two different sets, Okay, so with distracting and learning, that's big one that I try and will be using on daily basis is walking. It could be walking outside of school, of your house, go around a block. For me, here at school, I walk around. It's about 10-15 minutes. And while you're at it, you can also be practicing breathing techniques. And there's this technique where you inhale for 4, you hold for 4, and then you exhale for 4. And that itself, it doesn't have to be perfect, but I swear it gives you a lot of comfort. It calms you down. It grounds you. So you can do that. And, that's engaging in physical activities. That's part of engaging in physical activity. Another one we're looking at, it could be exercise. So, there's some exercise you can do for free on YouTube. Use YouTube. I have been using YouTube a lot, and it's free. If I have a little bit of time, there's 5 to 20-minute workouts. Look them up. I use Vince. This is a guy that he's great, and they're fast workouts, so it works out for me great. So check that out. That's easily quick. Exercising keeps you healthy. It's good for your mind. It's good for your mental health as well. As you're walking, you're also getting vitamin D, and vitamin D is meant to be good for you. So make sure you have that vitamin D, okay? You go out in the sun, have a movie night. It's good sometimes to just either go on a date with friends or, arrange a time you're going to watch movies. Try to watch maybe some movies that there's humor, so comedies, so you distract yourself, and you're experiencing a not so stressful emotion, which is, laughter, the humor. So do that and distract yourself. You could be reading or listening to books. Audiobooks are now really common. It's good to just kind of get out of where you're at and go into a different world, like Harry Potter books. People love those books. Writing and posting, listening to positive quotes, motivational, videos. I do a lot of those in the morning. It really re-energizes me. Sometimes putting quotes and posting them all over your room and reading them in the bathroom while you're getting ready, while you're on the toilet, whatever works to help you just kind of change your mindset, you know? So I think that it will be great. And I listen to a lot of motivational, just on YouTube. Look up motivational speakers and like TED Talks. Those are great, that can motivate you to do well for yourself and in general. Online education. So learn a new skill, like whether it's creating videos like this. They use some of the, they are free, learn a new skill, just learn new information. There is their master class. You can listen to a lot of motivational speakers that you can learn a lot from. Lynda.com, and then Skillshares. Those are great for online education, and they are free. Check that out. Okay, listening to music. Okay, so sometimes you don't think, but listening to music can help you a lot. If you are listening to depressing music, sometimes it helps you let those feelings out, whether it's crying. If you're listening to ambient music, it's just soothing. There's some calming sounds and background that you can use. There is classical music that can help in the same way. Maybe some romantic, to be hopeful of romance. I don't know, whatever it is that invokes different emotions that take away from maybe that stress, that is anger, you're upset, sad. So keep that in mind. And then last but not least, cleaning or organizing. Sometimes you can reorganize like my sister all the time, not to reference my sister, she likes to reorganize the living room and her room is always different. Like every other few months, she's changing it. It helps her just cleanse herself. It's almost like a metaphor, and it makes you feel like if you clean your room or reorganize, you're looking at things at different perspective, you're clearing your mind, and with so much stress, there's so much on your mind, you feel like if you see it, it is therapeutic. So cleaning or reorganizing, rearranging your furniture, whatever it is, it's really therapeutic for you. So that's the distracting learning techniques. Let's look at some processing transforming techniques. So some of the processing and transforming techniques is like, let's say, write a nice letter to a friend or a family member, right? Sometimes lifting your other people up can help you lift yourself up, and maybe not, help you with that processing. I think that's really nice to be able to compliment others, to think of the positives of others, bringing someone else up, Number 2, stay connected. And how do you do that? Because with the self-isolation, you want to either call, you want to either text, or video chat. And you can do that if you don't have an iPhone and use FaceTime. You can use Snapchat. You can use Facebook now through the messaging through Facebook. You can even play with other people, like worked with friends, house party, which I've mentioned before in some of my other video. And I'll link all this information below, so in case you don't remember what I'm talking about. And maybe get a TikTok account and have fun and follow other people, and it keeps you busy, and become a famous TikTok person. And that's something I really would like to do before end of all this stuff, isolation. But right now I'm working on this raw of the YouTube. Also, another way you can do to process, journal. It's good to journal and reflect on your day, like how you're doing, and and write down what you're grateful for. Sometimes we focus on the negative things, and if we don't write things down and look at like health, we take our health for granted, and my family, health for granted, and just be thankful for all the good that you have. And sometimes it's good to look at, okay, the bigger picture, because we tend to focus on the bad and the negative. So this will help you reflect on the day and process things, and maybe get that stress away. Another thing is talking to a professional. So you can either see a therapist, or you can, if you're a student, especially with me, you can talk to your counselor. Sometimes it's good to get someone that can provide you some other tools to be able to cope with what you're going on. Because when you have a lot of stress, it can turn into a mental health issue like anxiety or depression. So it's good to be able to write things down, create a to-do list, which is another one, a really good one. Write down all the things you have to, that's on your mind that you have to do. And then I've mentioned this before, create the ABC list, and have daily to-do lists where you're managing that stress as well as your time. So talk to a professional. And now that you can, use some kind of video through the Zoom. I'm like, what's that thing? Zoom. And you can do appointments through online now, doing Zoom, or even me. You are interested in talking to me, I can arrange a Zoom appointment. And last but not least, write a letter to a person you're maybe upset with. Let's say you're going through a hard time, with a partner or someone, or just a friend. Write a letter and write about how you feel, and make it raw. Make it like how exactly you feel, even if you're angry, sad, whatever. Express all your emotions. But at the same time, don't send it. Keep it to yourself. It's like catharsis, just getting rid of all these feelings and then letting it all out, and then just relieve that tension in your body. So those are many of the ones that I like to do: the walking, the exercising, the listening to music. I'm always listening to music. I do enjoy cleaning and putting on some music. So I combine a lot of these coping skills, and it's really been helping. I've had mentors because I like to talk to. It doesn't have to be a professional. That's why you can talk to others. But maybe it's really intense where you really need to talk to a professional. So, and it's happened to me as well. So stay connected, everyone. Have good coping skills. We've talked about the distracting learning branch, which you're looking at walking, exercising, having a movie night, reading or listening to audiobooks, writing, posting, listening to motivational people, positive quotes, doing some online education, listening to music or playing music. I forgot about that part. And then cleaning or organizing, rearranging, anything and everything to help with your mind. And then we also talked about writing a letter to someone, a positive letter, a nice letter to someone, a friend, a family member, staying connected by texting, by calling, video chatting, using different devices or apps, journaling. Get a notebook and write things down on how you're feeling, and reflecting, talking to a professional, and also writing a letter to maybe a person you're upset or disappointed with. It helps you really with processing what's going on. So those are some of the techniques, coping skills, that will definitely help you have a healthy mind and body. If you have any other suggestions, let me know. I will link some of the sources that I used here, and also all the resources, because I did use some people and I used some of my ideas as well. So I'll make sure that I give them credit down in the description below. But if you have any great ideas about how to cope with what's going on right now, please share them with everyone here. I love to get people to, help each other out, because I'm sure there's a lot more. We had a list of 100, but I really chose some that actually really, really help others and have helped me. So thank you guys for listening, and that's it for this week regarding coping skills. Hopefully this helped you. If you have any suggestions in regards to what we can talk about maybe next week and help other people out, let me know. I got this idea from a student is going through a tough time and did not want to feel alone, and I wanted to share this with everyone, sharing with other students, sharing for anyone in the community that you can help. So I know these are great for everyone. So thank you very much. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.